It's the Fairbanks, Alaska weather discussion. This is for Friday, the 1st of April. I'm Michael Groff. The calendar may say spring, but it's still going to feel rather wintry out there. Temperatures below average today and into the weekend. A warming trend sets up next week. How long will that last? How warm will those temperatures get? Let's talk about it. First, let's take a look at the Almanac from yesterday. 30 degrees, the afternoon high. 0 was the morning low. The normal high, 34. The normal low, 7. That record high, 56 degrees, set in 1994. And look at that record low. Thankfully, we won't be that cold anytime soon. 32 degrees below 0. Goodness. Taking a look out there right now here at 5 a.m., we've got mostly clear sky across the Middle Tanana Valley, and we're sitting at 5 degrees at Fairbanks International Airport. Dew point at -8. Relative humidity 54%. The winds are light, and the barometer is steady. Satellite picture this morning shows an omega block ongoing. We've got low pressure to the south and west of us across the Aleutians and the Bering Sea, as well as over western Canada. Meanwhile, high pressure in control from the Arctic across the northern half of the state, and that will be the case today, before that low pressure across western Canada begins to retrograde back toward the west. The watch warning map, of course, for the coastal sections, a number of wind advisories and small craft advisories, and then further out into the Gulf of Alaska, you've got some gale warnings, as well as along the Bering Sea, brisk wind advisories there. For us in the interior, the big concern will be some wind over the highway summits to the north and west of Fairbanks. Could see some gusts to around 45 miles per hour today. But here in the valley, only expecting winds to gust maybe as high as 25 miles per hour. Of course, that will make for some rather cold wind chills. As we check out precipitation, valid through Friday morning of next week, coming off of the European ensemble, the heaviest precip should be confined to the south coastal sections from around Icy Cape over toward Gore Point, and of course the Aleutian Islands, and that's where you'll see the heaviest snowfall as well, as we show you that. Could see over a foot of snow for the Aleutians, as they'll be battered by very strong northwesterly winds through much of the forecast period. Here in the interior, though, snow amounts generally between 1 and 2 inches and less than an inch possible here in Fairbanks. We'll talk about what's going on with this weather pattern in more detail right now. To do that, we'll take a look at the models. Here we go. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And there's that omega block in effect. Still have that low pressure area over western Canada, another low pressure to the southwest of us, and ridging over the Arctic Circle. So for us down at the surface today, sunny sky, should be a pretty nice day, other than the fact that temperatures will be well below average, highs in the low to mid 20s. Tonight, clouds will start to increase, though, as that low begins to move to the west out of western Canada, northwest Canada, and into the eastern interior. So we'll start to introduce a chance of snow, especially by late evening and overnight, about a 50% chance. It'll generally be light, though, for us. Again, snow totals under 1 inch, and overnight lows right around 0, maybe 1 below. And then tomorrow, we'll start out with mostly cloudy sky, chance of snow in the morning, then maybe a little bit of light snow possible in the afternoon. Again, accumulations generally at or under 1 inch, and high temperatures tomorrow still likely in the low to middle 20s. Now, as we go to Sunday, that area of low pressure will continue to slide across the northern portion of the state, and with it, the precipitation chances should come to an end, at least for us. It'll still be windy further to the west, though, and high temperatures here right around 30 with partly sunny sky. And then for much of next week, low pressure will be situated over the northwestern portion of the state or right along the Bering Sea, so we'll have more of a southerly flow developing, and that's going to result in warmer temperatures, although plenty of clouds will be around. Mostly cloudy for Monday. High temperatures a little bit warmer, right around 30, maybe the low 30s. Low to mid 30s on Tuesday. Upper 30s to near 40 by Wednesday, but again, mostly cloudy sky around. Could there be an isolated snow or rain shower around someplace? Yes, but I think that risk will be confined mainly to the coastal sections and sneaking into the central interior, maybe just to the west of us. And on Thursday, high temperatures around 40, maybe the low 40s, again, mostly cloudy sky. All right, here's a week from today. This is Friday, the 8th of April, and still that area of low pressure remains over the northwestern part of the state, and we are under a south-southwesterly flow here, so that will continue to result in dry conditions, temperatures probably backing off just a little bit, but still remaining a bit above freezing. Then going out 10 days, this is Sunday, the 10th of April, big ridge now developing to the west over eastern Russia and in the Bering Sea. And for us, kind of an area of low pressure, a baggy trough here sliding in from the north. And so we could see maybe some isolated rain or snow showers if that verifies, and temperatures trending down once again, at least ever so slightly, but nothing all that crazy out of bounds for early to mid-April. All right, checking out snowfall for Fairbanks. This is going out through the 15th of the month, and the ensemble mean just under 2 inches. We're not expecting anything significant, but just about every member does say we'll get at least a little bit of something in here tonight or tomorrow. And then temperatures off the European ensemble remaining below average today, tomorrow, Sunday, but then temperatures warming up to around 40, maybe the low 40s by the middle or latter part of next week before we see another retreat in temps as low pressure is expected to dominate the weather pattern for the middle part of the month and we return to below average temps. And that's going to do it for the Fairbanks, Alaska weather discussion for today. My next video back here on Monday morning. Of course, updates before that if necessary. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. You guys be safe out there. Have yourselves a glorious Friday.
What the hell was that?
All right, there you go. No, we're not actually adding Fairbanks, Alaska to this channel on a permanent basis, but just something fun here for the 1st of April. I used to actually do 2 forecasts a day, and that was a lot of work, so maybe that's something we'll do down the line in the future or on our Patreon that we are putting together. We'll have to see. All right, in the meantime, let's do it for real. This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Friday, the 1st of April. I'm Michael Groff. Temperatures warming up as we go into the weekend and through much of next week, going to well above average levels. Could we see our first 100-degree day of the year by the end of next week? No, that is not an April Fool's joke. That is at least a very small possibility. We'll talk about that and everything else going on, too, as we dive in and discuss. But first, before we do all of that, it's Friday, so that means it's Photo Friday here, and that's where we take a look at some of the photos and or videos that you guys have submitted. And first up, we have a few pictures here, courtesy of David Parnell from Santan Foothills High School. That's where he took these. Looks like some beautiful weather going on there at the time that these were taken last week, I believe. Then we go international. Zane down in Brisbane, Australia, has some very ominous-looking pictures here. This is from a slow-moving severe storm that dropped more than an inch of rain in short order. Look at that. Wow. And then we go back to North Phoenix. Beth had this picture from Tuesday afternoon, those fluffy clouds, those cumulus out there, as that storm system that affected us earlier this week with some active weather was moving on out of here. But even more notable was this picture that she took from Monday afternoon. Michelle and I saw this while we were out driving as well, looking toward the East Valley. Look at that rainbow. And that's sensational. Going back to Tuesday, Marla caught some pictures of the clouds departing the area and notes in her email here that this is probably the last time we'll see any significant weather for a while, and that's a fairly safe bet because now that we are in April, we're in the dry season officially. April, May, and June are the 3 driest months of the year, so who knows how many more opportunities we'll have to take pictures of these things. And speaking of Ryan Seek, there was active weather this week, and he did manage to find it, although no lightning pictures to see here because, well, even though these clouds look very ominous, they look like they could have even been producing some severe weather based on these pictures. They really weren't. Just some light rain, maybe some small hail, some gusty winds. No lightning shots. Still, beautiful pictures from Southeast Arizona, courtesy of Ryan Seek. We'd love to see those. And if you want to get in on Photo Friday, you can do so. groffshow@gmail.com is my email address. That is GROFFshow@gmail.com for Photo Friday. And I'm not quite done yet. We have one more picture to show you here. This is courtesy of the one and only Michelle. Who are these people, you might be asking? Well, those are Michelle's parents, Philomena and Richard. Shout out to them. They live in Nampa, Idaho. But one of the inspirations for our Fairbanks, Alaska weather discussion today was because of them, because they did live in Alaska for some time. So that's the tie-in. There you go. All right, let's get into it here, looking at the Almanac from yesterday. 83 degrees the afternoon high, 58 was the morning low. That's just 1 degree off of those normals of 82 and 57. Looking outside now, just after 8 o'clock, we've got sunny sky out there, and we are at 66 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew point at 39, relative humidity 37%. The winds are light, and the barometer is rising. The upper air look shows a west-northwesterly flow here across Arizona today, and that's going to keep conditions dry. The main storm track will be lifting north of Arizona as a ridge tries to build in here across the southwest. We'll see another system slide by to the north of us Sunday and Monday, but it's not going to have too much of an impact on our weather. The watch warning map has really quieted down across the country. Some dense fog advisories across parts of Maine. We had some freeze warnings earlier over parts of Missouri and Arkansas. Those have since expired. So really not a lot to talk about right now. Taking a peek at the convective outlook for today, a couple of marginal risks for severe storms over parts of Texas and Oklahoma, as well as central Florida. And here's precipitation. This is valid through Friday morning of next week. Rainfall here in Phoenix, nothing. Statewide, basically nothing. We're going into that tranquil weather pattern that often happens this time of year. We'll talk about what that means in more detail as we get to the models now. Here we go. This is the GFS. It's the 06Z run, valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Right, a ridge is gradually building in here across the southwest. The heights are slowly coming up. So for us down at the surface today, sunny, a little bit warmer, high temperatures in the mid-80s. Tonight, clear, lows in the 50s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny again, highs mid-80s. Should see mid-80s or so on Sunday with some increase in high clouds from time to time. Monday, a weather system is going to pass by to the north of us Sunday night and Monday, and maybe there could be a stray shower across northern Arizona or right along the border or over the Four Corners, and a little bit of wind with that in the northern part of the state. But here, again, highs mid to upper 80s. The sky should be mostly sunny. Now, for much of next week, high pressure will be building in, and so temperatures will continue to warm up back toward the upper 80s on Tuesday, low 90s Wednesday, mid 90s likely by Thursday, and some of our guidance is actually pushing temperatures into the upper 90s by then. So we don't want to hear that, but it is a small possibility that some of the hottest desert spots of Southeast California, Southwest Arizona could eclipse 100 degrees. There's about a 25% chance that could happen here in Phoenix. We'll just have to see how intense that ridge gets. Speaking of that ridge, here we go to a week from today, Friday, April the 8th. The ridge is here. Temperatures above average. Probably not going to see the century mark, but we'll keep an eye on that. Then looking out 10 days, this is Sunday the 10th of April. Pretty good upper low off of the Pacific Northwest coast and a trough trying to move in here across the western states. So temperatures would be headed down if this is right. We've seen this fairly consistently advertised out here toward about 10 days. But again, I'll believe it when I see it. Looking at rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble out through the 15th of April, probably nothing. And then temperatures off the national blend of models, staying in the 80s through the weekend and into the first half of next week, then warming up into the low or middle 90s. Who knows, maybe even the upper 90s out there by the end of next week and beyond. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona, and the Fairbanks, Alaska weather discussion for today. My next video due back here on Monday morning. Of course, updates before that if necessary. If you enjoy these videos, even if you didn't, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. I'm sure they will be interesting today. And music fans, I encourage you to check out my streaming station. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music, have a lot of fun doing that. Myself and the one and only Michelle are involved in the operation of that entity, so do check it out. I leave a link to it in the description. All right, thank you so much for watching, all of your patience, your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there. Have yourselves a great Friday and a wonderful weekend.